The tide pulled back slowly, revealing a vast stretch of damp, glistening sand. Laiba and Halima sprinted across the shoreline, their laughter echoing. It was a perfect morning. They spent hours stacking wet sand into tall towers. The world felt infinite and safe, with nothing but the sound of the surf. As the heat intensified, Halima drifted toward the jagged rock pools, unaware that their morning of play was about to transform into a mission of mercy. Suddenly, Halima froze. Her hand hovered in midair, trembling slightly. "Laiba, come here!" she shouted, her voice cutting through the waves. Laiba dropped her plastic shovel and sprinted over. There, tucked between two stones, lay a tiny, motionless frog. Above them, a heavy shadow swept across the beach. A large gull banked sharply, its powerful wings beating the air. Its yellow eyes were locked onto the shivering, exposed creature. "It is going to strike!" Halima cried out, waving her arms frantically. The gull folded its wings, diving with lethal precision. In a blur of motion, Laiba lunged forward, cupping her hands. The gull shrieked in frustration, veering off at the last second. Inside Laiba's palms, the frog felt like a cold, fragile stone. It was barely breathing. They ran back to their parents. After a brief, hushed discussion, the family packed their things. The frog sat in a plastic container as they drove home, a tiny life hanging in the balance. At home, Laiba lined a shoebox with damp moss and broad green leaves. For 3 long days, the sisters became guardians. They used a small dropper to provide water. The frog remained huddled in a corner, its throat barely pulsing. But on the 4th morning, a soft thud echoed from the box. The girls found the frog sitting proudly on the rim, its eyes bright. It leaped onto the floor with a firm, agile kick. It was ready. The next morning, they returned to the same spot on the beach. Laiba opened her hands, and the frog sat still for a heartbeat. With a sudden, powerful launch, it vanished into the water. The sisters watched the ripples fade until the shore was empty. "He is home now," Laiba whispered. They turned back toward their parents, walking slowly across the sand, knowing they had saved a life and returned it to the wild.